Radio Democracy, supported by ASIWA and powered by AfriCell. Radio Democracy, supported by ASIWA.
From New Englandville studio, good morning and welcome to other edition of the program Good Morning Salone for this week, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today na Thursday, June 18, 2020. We will bring you this Thursday edition of the program Good Morning Salone. Musa Eskamara na my name.
And Mina Mebel Kaba, good morning. Inside this Thursday edition of the program Good Morning Salone, according to the Deputy Program Manager for the National Malaria Control Program, we then say he writes both the Judiciary na in newspaper and social media. And today inside the program, we go talk to the Traffic and Transportation Engineer na Office of the Presidential Infrastructure Initiative, Dr. Albert Ford, where they can talk about the street lights and other feasibility study them, where they go begin a free tongue.
Well, these and plenty other stories them dinner the program for you, plus Director of Communication and Public Relations na Statistics Salone, Samuel Ansumana, go talk about the COVID-19 impact monitoring survey, where Statistics Salone go begin do all over the country. A member say they listen we live on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl, courtesy of Osiwa empowered by AfriCell, and self they listen to we from Radio Shalom 89.5 na Kwenadugu, Radio Malen 88.5, and Radio 1J 101.1 na Pujaun District, Radio Kolenten 90.0 na Kambia, Radio Moa 105.5 na Kailaun District, and Voice of Karine 98.0 na Karine District. The program na Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. You can be part of them by we can send text message to the number 0779819181. 0779819181 are the number for send a text message and be part of the program, or go on our Facebook page and drop your comments there. The program Good Morning Salone, they continue. And as you hear from one Pawi Airline today, we go talk to the Traffic and Transportation Engineer and Office of the Presidential Infrastructure Initiative, Dr. Albert Ford. For that, I want to welcome Dr. Albert Ford inside the program. Good morning, welcome to the program Good Morning Salone.
Good morning, thank you.
Okay, continue for the with you, they come back to you.
The first issue we will look at inside the program this Thursday morning, now outside the Deputy Minister of Energy, Dr. Eldred Tilo, don't call on Salone people for ensure say they tap for the do illegal connection and serve for the pay electricity bill, so that the ministry go able for provide better electricity facility for other people. Well, it talk this way, the Ministry of Energy together with the Electricity Distribution and Supply Authority, EDSA, go commission one new transformer na the Tender Hill community na eastern part of Freetown. Cheno Jalo gets more on this and gonna report. Alright, we're sorry, we will come back to that particular clip there as we look at other issue now the program now, as the Deputy Program Manager for the National Malaria Control Program at the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, Dr. Alhaji Ture, don't say malaria don't they kill plenty people out of the 40% people waking sick of malaria every year. Make it don't say the ministry don't put measure in place for ensure say them begin old people them where they sell or misuse the mosquito tents them where government can give to people them. A first start for explain inside this interview with Waniga Oja about how they shape the mosquito tents them for this year Mami and Peking Well Body Week where they don't do.
We ask donors there for giving it so that we can do mass distribution to everybody in the country every 3 years. The last one was 2017. So this one 2020, this and the other one this we don't begin.
Okay, yeah. So starting on a campaign with the coronavirus way on a meet, how will I be able for do the distribution? Any new strategy?
Strategy they all don't put in place. We get guidelines now the Ministry of Health and Sanitation for coronavirus. So while we are doing this distribution, we will make sure that we respect all those guidelines. The people that we don't train, where to do the exercise for where to go house to house for register people there, they are all trained on that.
una don start the distribution of them bed nets? If yes, usa and usa una don do una distribution and usa don left?
As Western area, urban and rural, they start on the 19th, this Friday, this week, the 19th of June, 2020.
Okay, so what about the upline side?
The upline, all the 14 districts, we don't get there. We don't do the distribution in May. It was very, very successful. They don't get there on it. You know, we pool Western area, urban and rural because of the high population within Naya. So anything we do Naya, you have to plan well, especially for distributing it. We don't want miss.
Okay, so in una distribution where una dey do or where una don already do na the upline part them, how una dey shape the bed net here? By household or na one una dey give people?
We do according to the household. So the number of nets where each household forget depend on the number of people where they inside the household.
Inside the household.
So if the household get one person, na one net they get. If na two person, then that household na one net then they get. If na 3, 4, then na the household na 2 net would they get them. If na 5 and above, na 3 net then forget.
For the 5 and above category,
yes.
Because we don't see some houses them really overcrowded. So if we an household gets like over 10 people and gets past 6 bed, that net day una feel say it will enough for them for sharing.
The one that where they go for go do this, they are trained. We know they go for go to deprive people. I know I can understand what they have to. So man and they some compound and they have over 100 people there. But with the use we don't sense, we don't train people there. What we see say at least the coverage will be very, very good.
So almost household una the target. Is it that all the households them na salon una the target, be it slums?
Even if you are not Salonian, as long as you did na salon in a household at that moment, who they distribute the bed net.
Okay, so but over the years they don't get complaint of some household them where really not can get the bed net.
Mama,
because most of them focus on the slum community.
Mama, waiting can happen at time. People then they go na there who some of the house then they need to meet nobody there. Those are the people then where they we don't distribute the thing down. They say me no get. Anything we they plan for their campaign here, we they make sure say at least 2 weekend day. So the people then go can then go register. Then get them.
So if una don't count una not meet person, possibility no they say una go come back because
as long as because the team there they get the catchment area. So if they go na any street na Bombay Street, they go there they no meet person there, they know say the go be kaya person no there, then get for visit back.
Okay. So what una don't put in place or the measures them una don't put in place for ensure say people not selling bed net because we don't hear most of the time people then they take them bed net and go sell them.
My sister, if you get information anywhere where somebody they take that bed net in the seller, do ya pass that information to it. Measures then they in place, police are informed, soldier man they informed, the community heads are all informed. It depends on the quantum of bed net with the kitchen in your hand. It go jail for nothing. Yeah, we know the joke with that. The government says no. Almost dollars, almost million dollars where they don't spend for donors for bring this bed net.
So tell me about the status of malaria in the country.
Prevalence of malaria in this country is 40%. Let's say 10 people sick, then go to the hospital. If they test them, full pandemic, and malaria they get. People need to die. But the simple term is most of the deaths there will they occur in our hospital now because of malaria.
Alright, well that's na interview we Wani Gaujadu with the Deputy Program Manager for the National Malaria Control Program na the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, we na Dr. Alhaji Ture Asibide talking that but malaria where it says still they kill plenty people them compared to other sick them where people they die of the country. Well, the program Good Morning Salone they continue, and don't forget yourself for the listen the program. Go add the voice to them where we they talk, but send a message to AfriCell number 077 981 or gonna be Radio Democracy 98.1 Facebook page and be part of the discussion at the program. This morning we tell you now we get at the studio with the Traffic and Transportation Engineer na Office of the Presidential Infrastructure Initiative when Dr. Albert Ford. They can tell we about street lights, road lights and other visibility study them within the beginning of return anytime from now. Well, the Office of the Presidential Infrastructure Initiative gets the responsibility for plan, design and implement President Bio infrastructural initiative them where it gets and serve this na the body were responsible for collaborate with government ministry and agencies them where they work on infrastructural projects them na different parts na the country. Well, as I tell you now, we get na the program this morning Dr. Ford, where they can tell we waiting this new project where then they can begin for doing visibility study debate. Good morning once more and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mabel.
As I don't tell listeners them, you can tell we about this project one the rollout, the visibility study,
Right.
anytime from now. Usai on get for begin do street lights, road lights and safe other thing them we get for do with infrastructural development. Quickly we begin for tell we first how we reach to this stage where they can begin feasibility study for the street lights, road lights and other infrastructural developments.
Okay, thank you again, Mabel. So let's start by providing background to all of this, okay? So now we define what's not the problem, and now we'll talk about what's in the cause the problem, and then I will talk about how we plan for solve the problems. So it's twofold. You have mobility issues, and then you have safety issues, okay? So we talk about mobility, as we all know, Freetown really congested, right? Traffic jam all over the place, especially the Middletown area. So, and as the economists they can say, there is value of time. And with too much traffic congestion, people spend too much time doing absolutely nothing. So then on one side, the mobility aspects. The second part, now the safety. Safety has to do with pedestrians and also drivers. Now, pedestrians, let we take Lumley for instance. When you drive along Lumley, you always see people in the worker they cross the streets in the middle, right? That never happen because that's a safety issue. Anyway, most cars can come and bang them, you know. So that are the pedestrian safety aspect. Now we come to the safety aspect of drivers. When you drive on it's a Freetown, say you take for example along Spur Road, it's very very dark, right? Drivers know the sea, you know. So these are the issues then we would try to address. Mobility, whether for do with traffic jam, and safety, whether for do with pedestrian crossings and all of that. And even drivers already drive on it where the place dark because they need to see, because it's street dark. There's no street lights. So now, what's in the cause them problem here? For me, it's also twofold. Infrastructurally, I think we're deficient. You understand? What that means is that we not really get infrastructure way for address them problems here. So that on one side of the what's in the cause of the problem, we're not getting infrastructure. The second part, now for me, it's lack of law enforcement. You understand? Traffic enforcement laws, right? And also human behavior. Because if somebody feel comfortable for cross middle of the street, you understand, it means there's an issue. So that is the human part of it. And also we get drivers, especially the keke drivers and okadas, where, they observe the traffic laws, So that are the human behavior part of the problem. So as the Office of Infrastructure, all we can focus on now for solve the deficient part of it, the infrastructural deficiency, right? The human behavior and lack of enforcement. With time we will get the Freetown City Council, SLRSA, for address the other parts of the problem.
So as a whole, now waiting specifically, una gets for do.
Right, so I come to that. So I don't address two issues. The problem, secondly, I don't talk about what's in the cause of the problem. Now I talk about how we plan for solve the problems, right? And as I say, we focus on the infrastructure, the deficient part of it, right? So what we want to do, we want for install traffic lights them, and also construct pedestrian bridges. Like we say pedestrians there for the walker. Instead of they cross in the middle of the street, they can just walk up the pedestrian bridge and then cross the roadway. And then we also want for install street lights them. As I mentioned, the streets are very dark, so drivers know they see where they drive on it. So these are the three projects that we want to implement. But before we implement these projects, we need for conduct feasibility studies. So now then feasibility studies will start in the next week. Now, how we plan for conduct the feasibility studies? I will start with the traffic lights, traffic signalization, right? We therefore recruit people, we call them traffic enumerators. They therefore go in a intersection junction, they go count vehicles and also count people when they cross. So they will count vehicles, we count people. So we do that there for 7 days. So every day we do them between 7, we start 7 o'clock in the morning, and then we're done 7 o'clock in the evening, 12 hours. And then therefore they take break within that time period. So once we don't collect the data, and then we go back, we summarize the data, we analyze them, and then we perform analysis where therefore give we the best alternative, right? For say design the signal time, the traffic lights them, timings them, like the green time, the yellow time, and all of that. So once we do that, then the next part of the feasibility study, now for conduct a pilot study. So we actually install traffic lights them at 2 critical intersections. So what we want to do, we want to observe how the traffic light they go perform during a 2 months period. So once we analyze that, in fact, what we do before we install the traffic light, when they go at 2 intersections we conduct what we call before studies, right? We look at performance measures, you understand, and see how the traffic pattern look like, right? So we do that before we install the traffic lights and then we do them after we install the traffic lights So we compare both and look at what the results tell we.
We can go more into that, but let we go to Usa. You start where you talk about the first stage where una they can begin. Probably next week where you talk about.
Right.
We get for do it. Una go and
out in the field, right?
Count people So the people where una they count, they are the data where una they gather from then counting and they na in the inform una as to waiting exactly on get for construct na deciding which side on go for see people in the count people
that is correct. So we now the vehicle counts, what do count them day? Any inform any guide we and the data we need for design, right? The traffic light, the times them, right? So that is why the traffic count very important what we do next week. And as I mentioned, we recruit people and we train them also. We train them because most of them probably don't know how to go about doing the counts them. So we therefore train them, and then we deploy them out in the field for 7 days, between 7 a.m. in the morning and 7 p.m. in the evening.
So when you talk about traffic light, people where they use the western partner Freetown go recall say we been get 2 traffic lights, one the light and one Congo cross.
Okay.
What thing they happen to then traffic lights where people when they say this na feasibility studies, you never actually come with another feasibility studies?
Well, it's difficult for me to speak to that because I'm not be involved in what's in the go on signal time, the traffic light, the timings them, and then we conduct a pilot study.
So this pilot study we na conduct and this traffic light, is it na Freetown do the surveyor or na plan for put them traffic lights or na different partner salon?
No, for now na Freetown. maybe in the future we'll look at a nationwide implementation. But that's something obviously we go look at, But for now, we'll focus on Freetown. And Freetown is really the problem there. I mean, I've been there last week. I know Bo not really congested. That I can assure you. But Freetown is really, really congested. Traffic jam all over the place. So now we prioritize Freetown. And then 35 we do all encounters in there. You understand? Then after that, we analyze, and then we look at the data. Then we go there for decide, say, well, okay.
For Western area, urban, Western, rural?
Both. So we locations in there from the East End. We go all the way Jue, and then we also go all the way number 2 River.
Alright, now the program now, we come to the other studio guest. We come out now Statistics Salone. As we've been telling you earlier, today we go for can look at the COVID-19 impact on COVID-19 impact monitoring survey with Statistics Salone get for begin do. Well, now the program this morning I want to welcome the Director of Communication and Public Relations now Statistics Salone, when Samuel and Sumana. Good morning, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Miguel.
Well, as soon as I know, Statistics Salone get the responsibility for coordinate, collect, compile and serve give high quality and objective official statistics, but different in them to government, business place, and media, and serve other people and we can need data for specific thing them where they can do. Now Statistics Salone, they in charge for ensure say they do all them statistics and the way they go give out to government. Well, today na the program where they can focus on the COVID-19 impact monitoring survey where Statistics Salone get for can do. Let we start first for get a background information about the COVID-19 impact monitoring survey where Statistics Salone for undertake.
Okay, the rationale behind this COVID-19 impact monitoring survey, now the brainchild of the World Bank. They contract we for do this survey based on the fact that they want to understand the socio-economic impact with COVID don't get on Sierra Leone. If you look at the current state of the country, lots of things in the way they happen. Some positive, most negative because of the COVID. So World Bank say they will do this survey and establish exactly how COVID don't impact households. Waiting, you don't really get on the households as we get along. During this time, even post the COVID, how exactly households and everybody within the confines of Sierra Leone don't be impacted by COVID. So that the background of this survey.
So what are the thematic areas them we want to look at inside this survey?
Okay, so you mean what we go ask people?
What we want to achieve at the end of the day? What are the areas them we want to look at? Is it the finances? Is it about the education? Is it about what we want to achieve at the end of the day?
Everything. Now, okay, what basically we achieve at the end of the day, or what World Bank and the government will achieve at the end of the day? Now, a situation where government and international partners, international community go there in a position, for come up with programs and also interventions based on data we then get from this survey. Because most times you don't go do them you're not able to come up with interventions without you're not able to get exactly what's people in the field. So you need to get the actual feeling on the ground, what's exactly they happen on the ground based on data, guided by data. Now that data the government they use for come up with interventions. International communities, NGOs go use for come up with interventions, for actually cushion the effects of COVID on people during this time and even post-COVID.
So now, whose method una get for use? Because una be done they do surveys them before now, and now una na the body we responsible directly for the official data out to government and self other body them we can need them. For this particular one, where they focus on the COVID. Now, whose method una they use?
Okay, so basically na the approach. So la tell you say this survey not the conventional type of survey what we plan to do. The conventional type of survey what we can do na face-to-face interview like where we all did, like me and una sit down so but because of the impact we COVID don't get and the fact that we get health guidelines for follow and stuff like that, the World Bank say they prefer we do them on mobile. Okay, so we do them over the phone. All right, it will last about 20 minutes. I know say when I go out for access 20 minutes too long, but where we enumerators and call, we get about 108 enumerators and 18 supervisors. They make a total of 126 people that we really they do this work. You know, we then call the households. By the way, we get about 9,939 households. You can round that up to 10,000 households. You know, where would the target? We then call the household. We then call the representative of the household. Then go ask you, say, with a call from statistics, Leon. We want for talk to you on the impact of COVID on get. You get a questionnaire. Want for talk to you. So you get 10 for talk to you now. If you get 10, we go talk to you the full 20 minutes. You know, if you don't get the 10, we can do it in bits. You know, we can do it in bits. We can do it in waves of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just for city comfort, because we know say lots of people in the way it will be difficult for me to just pick call one off and talk.
So now how exactly this go for happen where it be say the people for example we wanna perhaps go get for call, wanna not get a number, now the mobile phone companies them wanna work with directly, or how wanna they get the numbers them we wanna get for the call people them?
Very good question. We conduct the 2018 Salone Integrated Household Survey, when are the living standard survey. We've been talking about the poverty levels in the country and stuff like that. That was in 2018. Now we'll conduct that living standard survey. We get numbers of households. You know, we get numbers who pinpoint households, right? Now that number then day what we get with a call, right? We just randomly sample 10,000 from their numbers then day where we call, right? Now we know say situations that go happen where some people go down travel, some man don't change location from 2018. Sometimes if you've been there Kenema, you don't come Freetown, if you've been there Kono, you don't go Bo, you know. So then thing and they possible. So we'll go ask you who's are you there at the moment, you know, but the numbers that we sample spread across the country, the length and breadth of this country.
Okay, if you say una get for do now on mobile call,
yeah.
Somebody we did na Yobeku na the far bond districts who say mobile phone network no di. How una they include them partner the survey as well?
Well, all the numbers where we get from the sample where we get now people and we get where we understand sitting at places where network day, because for make you get a mobile phone with a number indicative of the fact say you get network, you know, you talk on phone, you know. So not like say we just call people like a dandy. We already get a database of numbers. Okay, we get a database of numbers, active mobile phone numbers. All right.
So that means the survey they left out some sectors of society due to the access to mobile phone. For instance,
not necessarily. The survey they sample the society, a huge aspect of the society, ranging from students to teachers, you know, lawyers, career people, all over the place. You know, even the ordinary man, the man on the street. But them people and they be represented, or then they represent households. We peg them to households. All right. So meaning say we go call people then based on the numbers we get where they represent household. You get a household where you get, you know, 5-6 structures in the household, but in that household not just one person they represent the household, and another person they will call out for talk to. So we not like they exclude anybody, you know, because to start with this a survey, you know, not like a census so you count everybody. A survey is just a sample, you know, a certain sector of the society, a certain set, like a set of the whole. Now you the sample.
We'll go come back to you for look at the selection method and other things them inside the survey. In name na Samuel Ansumana, in the communication and public relations na statistics salon. We'll come back to you after the program. Good morning, salon. They continue. We'll go for the short break.
Salone Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile App, you can able for use Salone Link money transfer for send money to anybody elect you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office elect you not get the account number. Buy Edsalite, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for we boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salone Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salone Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering value.
Commercial Bank.
The program you listen to na Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from 98.1 FM, and inside the edition of the program Good Morning Salone, we they talk to the traffic and transport engineer in the office of the Presidential Infrastructure Initiative, Dr. Albert Ford. We they talk about the traffic light order project, and same way so they talk to the communication and public relations na Salone, na statistics Salone Samuel Asmana. We they talk about this COVID-19 impact monitoring survey where statistics Salone they bring to the program Good Morning Salone. If you want to be part of the program, you can send you text message to number 0779819881, 0779819881 number for send a text message and be part of the program Good Morning Salone. And we will bring you this edition of the program. Musa is coming on my name.
And Mabel Kaba.
We they continue for look at more issues at the program Good Morning Salone. The Deputy Minister of Energy, Dr. Eldred Tunde Taylor, don't call on Salone people for ensure then tap for do illegal connection and self begin pay the electricity bill them, so that the Minister of Energy go able to provide more electricity facility for Salone people. He talked this way the Minister of Energy together with the Electricity Distribution and Supply Authority EDSA go commission one new 450 voltage transformer na the Tender Hill community na the eastern partner Freeton. We reporter Cheno Jalo gets more Igona reports.
On behalf of His Excellency the President and the Honorable Minister of Energy, when Alaji Kanja Sise, I get the singular honor for come turn the light on at Tondai. So this is a symbol for sure say light they come immediately at Tondai. Light don't come.
Now, so the Deputy Minister of Energy, Dr. Eldred Taylor, be the commission the new 415 voltage transformer with the Ministry of Energy together with EDSA go install in the Tondale community, kissing at the eastern part of Freeton. As well for tap the part of people in this community, they know they get by lights business. This come after the old transformer beyond the supply lights at this area, they don't get problem. Also, Dr. Eldred Taylor say, for address this problem with the old transformer been get before, make the ministry been decide for put protective system in place. We will protect this transformer so that what can be happen the last time to the old transformer no go happen to this new one.
When I go be a witness, last year August or so, I've been bring a much bigger transformer when I up to 630 kilovolt arm transformer. Because initially waiting me there, there be just 315 kVA rating. So I've been bring a much bigger one. But that transformer they will bring come in less than 1 year, we don't lose them because we get a whole lot of problems. Now the network. So me don't want today. Now for come verify the instruction where the Honorable Minister get to EDSA for see that the Kisitonda community get a brand new 630 kVA transformer again. I also come again for verify. Mr. Gosi says we don't get a double protection system, especially from the incoming high voltage. And we also don't get good protective system, especially from the outgoing low voltage panel. Because some of you go remember last year we become Naya. Instead of small loss day, I don't get all of the gadgets and the inside.
In continuity, the ministry the work now Tsanga one for ensure say then change most of the old transformer them. We don't tap for work proper one. And instead call on community people for the monitor this transformer all time so that bad people no go come and thief parts them by the transformer.
I am sure you will also remember the promises that His Excellency has made, and you will also remember that even a few weeks ago the Honorable Minister was in Yams Farm, the Honorable Minister again was in Batos, the Honorable Minister was in Furabe as we were yesterday. So this is a continuation process because the perennial issue about network kind of problems is what really we are trying to address now as a government. So we believe it's a continuous kind of engagement, and we believe very soon we'll be able to replace all of these overloaded transformers, all of these unprotected systems, which has been the perennial issue of power outage.
Dr. Eldred Taylor and Dr. call on Salone people for ensure that they tap for the do illegal connection them and self begin for pay the electricity bill them so that the Ministry of Energy go able to provide more electricity facility for Salone people.
Also want to take this opportunity for let we ensure that we all pay we bills them. Because I want to pay the electricity bills, now so extra self go get money for let we provide more power to now. So dear, let all man make sure that to pay bills. Let we left for do the half you kill them. Because that not go help the system. I want to make this thing clear, especially in Thunder Hill. Because few days ago, I get an intelligence for say some people when they come round, they can take 50,000, say the need for pay that money, they forgot take crane for bring the transformer come. I want for make una categorically no say we as a government, we not ask anybody for can take 50,000 of people there.
Some people who tap now this community tell you democracy, but some of the challenge them where they don't face by light business. After the old transformer, we don't pull.
South like today we do something. We cook them, we put in a freezer, 2 days, 1 week, we sell water then cold water. So we will not get money and I do we have book, but then it's there so. So they sell, we buy crab tea water, put in a freezer, or pick it and go sell. So now make all the light no mean never feel good. So the light no can't sell people and thank you government for many are able to make all get this light here so.
Okay, I name Johnny Sumukuruma. I know me easy because for 27 days we go down also for lights. Especially me, I'm in the film. Please for charge me phone, charge me laptops. They find it difficult. And we get some bad but them back who light knocking and then can take the chance. So we like don't come also today. I'm so grateful. I'm so glad for it, sir.
Then people also tell thank you to the Ministry of Energy. As them promise them will take proper care of this transformer, where the ministry don't go give to them. So that's bad people no go destroy them. We will make them go up for suffer. The same way they been on suffer for the past 3 weeks for get lights. For the Society for Radio Democracy, me, Nacheng Mujalo, the report.
Alright, the program Good Morning Salone, they continue and we come back to the studio guest them. They come over to the Traffic and Transportation Engineer, na Office of the Presidential Infrastructure Initiative, where they are this morning. They tell you about feasibility study where they start next week from Lumley, and then go for the count people and motocadem for second one project where according to them they go for implement for get traffic lights, street lights and safe other thing them we get for do with infrastructural development. Earlier you be don't tell we but waiting the project consists of. Now let we look at the people where they start the feasibility study. You say when I go get for take people how when they go about forget the kind people where go get for be part of the one them will do this work, taking into consideration so many people out there where look for certain opportunity like any kind. Yeah, so what's the criteria they want to set for the people who go for do this work?
Well, you know, as you know, me now at the lecture on Afrobi College, so I get lots of students then, and because this work a little bit technical in terms of the traffic count and all of that. So we therefore get lots of students involved. If I'm a young student now at the lecture, I would therefore get some of them on board. And then we also look at other people and we're not students then. We go bring on board and then we train them, you know. So we not really get a set of criteria, just that we would therefore get students in for look at the technical part of it.
So not something like when somebody that apply for.
No, you don't need to apply. You know, we not look at any set of criteria.
All right, so let we look at again this project because we get different agencies them. We get SLRSA, we get the SLRA, we get the Ministry of Works, we get the Ministry of Transport. Again, we get for do it similar to them. How this on our own different from them projects them way, then different ministries and they safe get.
Yeah, I mean we collaborate, you know, as I mentioned earlier, you know, we work with Ministry of Transport and Aviation, you know, in fact as I mentioned, then actually get this urban mobility projects, you know. We also look at traffic signalization and even pedestrian bridges, you know. But we do work together, you know, because at the end of the day, for make Salone or Freetown develop, right? So I don't want to say there's a difference.
Because the reason we make a ask now for avoid duplicates of something where sometimes it don't happen, then somebody else gets projects where they take money for implement projects where already other establishments don't implement.
Yeah, as I say, we collaborate. You know, we all work together. So I don't feel that there could be kind of duplication.
Okay, apart from the traffic lights we talk about, you also talk about street lights.
Right.
How these projects in Gutanlek?
Yeah, so the feasibility study, so we'll therefore look at the economic feasibility part of it, right? So street lighting, you get two different systems. You get one where you connect to the national grid, right? So how therefore power the lights them, the nets. So it's either we connect them to the national grid or we connect them to solar, right? So using the sun as a source. Now, if we want for use solar, then we need for procure a lot of equipment there. So that means probably the cost will be high, the initial cost, right, for implementing a particular project today. However, over a period of time, say 20 years, you will say probably solar will be more economic, right, compared to the national grid, because you therefore save a lot of cost in paying for power consumption. So these are all parts of the feasibility study. We'll look at the economic parts, and then we'll also look at out in the field, what are the optimal locations, right, for install the street light them. So these are all parts of the feasibility studies, what I do for street lighting though. Okay?
Yeah, connecting to the national grid and doing a feasibility study. Somebody go say you live in Asalo, you need for do feasibility study for no say when you connect street light to the
national
existing
grid.
Lights, it's gonna be issue.
No, so you therefore look at them say how it will cost we, right, over a period of time. So solar you therefore buy. National grid, no. But again, you therefore consume, you therefore pay over a period of time how much you therefore, how much you go save. Because with solar, there is no rate for that. So those are part of the feasibilities we'll look at.
But availability of electricity na somehow challenge. If you connect street lights to
the national grid,
somebody go say a serious problem back.
Not necessarily. I mean, I'll not say with time, with electricity, issue could be addressed. And I feel so we don't really move way ahead compared to many years back, right? So we'll therefore think positively, okay? So we therefore look at both systems, national grid and solar panels, okay?
So for implement this one as well, on the start the feasibility study next week. Now, what's not the estimated budget and on who that either go government or partner them?
Well, the estimated budget it's about 250,000.
250,000
dollars, right? And we will get for now it's fully government funded. But we expect to get additional funds from World Bank through the Ministry of Transports. As you know, then get this urban mobility project. And then start to look at similar work then, traffic signalization and pedestrian bridges. So we say, as I say, we collaborate, so then say, well, if we do the feasibility studies, why would not go look at a wider scope? Because initially we'll be to look at a scope within the central business district, not the downtown areas, right? But now, Ministry of Transport say, well, why we all come together and let we do a holistic survey. So that is why we would therefore get hopefully we get small funds from them, and then we work together as a team and conduct the studies.
All right, continue for the between at the program, Dr. Ford. We will come back to you. The program Good Morning Salone, they continue with the can't order studio guests, but quickly, let me just take short break and make some money.
Better don't come. A Union Trust Bank again. Union Salone Banco. Union Trust Bank get plenty product and service there for you. You must get what you want to go better. Let me savings account, ide. Current account, ide. Fixed deposit account, ide. Credit facility, ide. All for you. Me and you. savings account. Ide, school fee savings account. Ide, pay advance salary scheme day. We branch and they all up on na salon. Bokono kenema, we dey. Kabala mabogo kakambia, we dey. Jala Freetown don't side, we dey. And my 91, me and you. Union Trust Bank, me and you. Union Trust Bank, Union Trust Bank na salon for me and you. Union Salon Banko, Union Trust Banko.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses. Salone get enforced corona case March 31, 2020. And from that time to now, plenty people don't get this sick. But plenty people same way so don't well from the sick. After we then carry them go to treatment center and take good care of them. But the sick still in the country.
Plenty people get message them where they can talk, and some of them message they are not even be true. Now that make Radio Democracy with support from Usiwa, they bring to you special corona update program. Usa go to get accurate information about the coronavirus na the country.
This program going to be every Wednesday, 12 to 1 o'clock afternoon.
And Master Sabi people learn from the well body sector and other people learn safe. Go there for tell you body sick.
Alright, the program Good Morning Salone they continue, and at this point you want for make una know say today Radio Democracy go for join the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education now with Facebook Live as the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Dr. Gud Mornin Salone, gets a special program live. Usai is say the topic, then they say ask me anything about school reopening. So you will get any doubts but waiting for happen, but schooling open one, especially for the candidates we go for seats NPSC, Beke and WAS. You got the opportunity today for join the minister live and ask her any question you want for ask on our Facebook at 5 p.m. Radio Democracy go for Lincoln Live. So you have got the opportunity, you can follow in at the Facebook page and self listen to the radio and other platform the way the minister already do establish na social media. Also, I will get the opportunity for talk with them live and ask them any question about school in reopening one. As soon as no say, then we don't make announcements say on the 1st of July, the examination picking them gets for begin go school so that they go prepare themselves ahead of the exam. So you can join the minister at 5 today. Radio Democracy will get for Lincoln Live as well.
The program na Good Morning Salone, and we will continue for look at more issues inside the program Good Morning Salone. Inside one cross-examination where Dr. Sylvia Blyden do, Magistrate Anna Boni don't ask Dr. Sylvia for apologize public one, but the bad thing them where he writes about Judiciary na in newspaper and social media. We court reporter Usman Kama gets more Igonal reports.
This being thing, the Salone police be arrest Dr. Sylvia Blyden because they allege say Dr. Sylvia Blyden be write bad thing them but President Bio. Right say, retired Major Alfred Paulo Conte, where the stand trial na High Court, the wet and toilet na the same cell, usa ide. For sake of the allegation the Salone police been charged Dr. Sylvia Blyden with 9-count charge. We get for do it, seditious libel, contrary to section 33(1)(a) of the Public Order Act number 46 of 1965. Publication of false news, contrary to section 32(3) of the Public Order Act number 46 of 1965. Defamatory libel, contrary to section 27 of the Public Order Act number 46 of 1965. Conspiracy to pervert the cause of justice. Doing an act tended and intended to pervert the cause of justice contrary to law, and other can charge them. During this period, we Dr. Blyden made appear at court for answer to different count charge them. Magistrate Anna Boni be give bail to Dr. Blyden, and one part the bail condition then for write nothing on social media concerning this case because it didn't court. But later, Magistrate Anna Boni may seize in bail because he say Dr. Blyden go against the bail condition then. We immediately cross-examine the police witness, Superintendent M.K. Aliu. Dr. Sylvia Blyden may ask different questions them, and this na some of them. 1. Dr. Blyden asks, Mr. Witness, when me pull me na the female cell na CID, na lawyer Ibrahim Mansare binde near me, right? Superintendent MK Aliyu answer say, no member. Another question, some police officer them been dreb lawyer Ibrahim Mansare and Superintendent MK Aliyu be answer say, no member. Another question by Dr. Blyden, na that, Mr. Witness, you be ask one police officer na CID for make a search me private part 1 o'clock morning for mobile phone. And Superintendent MK Aliyu bin say, my lord, me na only man and I no go answer to this question. And self Dr. Blyden be asked different question them. Self me present one medical document to Magistrate Anabuni for show say he no well. After we don't present this document, Magistrate Anabuni they asked Dr. Sylvia Blyden for make he apologize to the judiciary because of the bad thing them where he write na in newspaper and social media. But Dr. Sylvia Blyden bin say not so in the right thing them na social media and self people they use fake accounts for give am bad name. But Magistrate Anabuni me say by June 19 this year Friday, Dr. Blyden for don't apologize through social media and newspaper to the Judiciary of Salone. The state prosecutor na lawyer YICC and Magistrate Anabuni don't send Dr. Sylvia Blyden na the Female Correctional Center sote June 19 this year. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Usman Kamara, the report.
Alright, the program Good Morning Salone they continue and we come over to the other studio guests now from Statistics Salone where na Samuel and Sumana they tell we this morning about the impact of the COVID-19 survey where Statistics Salone already don't start inside this month. And we want to know now how the corporations and like the people among that they reach out to already, how the corporations are the people willing for give information to statistics take into consideration. Now, about 20 minutes you say the survey they take.
Yeah, people willing. The corporation gradual, as always is the case. We start the 15th, so this Monday, the corporation gradual. A lot of people they try to wrap their head around the fact say. We go for calling. Some people they prefer we do and wave. Some people will get the time they make we do at full stretch. One off. So we get the corporation and we continue to help. We continue to ask people then for making them cooperate because this gets a lot of implications on the country. During this COVID and post-COVID because whatever information we get from people, international partners as well as the government get for use. For rollout initiatives, for rollout programs, interventions, we actually go help for, ameliorate the lives of people, just for improve the lives of people, the challenges that they go through during this COVID and even after COVID, because we really, as I mean, initially say, when we enumerators in the call, they want to understand exactly how people in the fare during this COVID, during our household, if at any point in time we been get somebody who is sick, then go ask you down there as well. If the sick be related to COVID or you get symptoms of COVID, we go on for understand that the one day way now employers, we get people the way they get in private businesses, some in business are going to recession, some will be employed, especially the one day way in the hospitality sector. Most of them don't lost their job. So we want to know exactly how then things that they don't impact you.
So you talk about household, then when they call one person, they talk on household issue. Considering the fact some household they will get different family at them, and different people living in the same household. Some man are in there all go rent. How somebody go able to talk on behalf of other person? So I take all this to consideration.
Yes. So now make what we call, what we enumerators in the call, where they ask first for know how many people in the household, how many heads in the household. All right. Now we talk to the heads through the prime person. We talk to the heads for make them understand. Say we want one person for be a representative of the whole household. So whatever concerns when I get, whatever things when I get down our mind, I make a long time with it take. When I can pass that on to the person and we will talk to them. In fact, situations that they will talk to the other people because maybe your views might be different from your own.
What are the sample size and how not distribute them by region and also by districts? Or
so
by
as I say, the sample size is about 10,000. 10,000 people will we sample for this 9,939 precisely, but we can wrap it up to 10,000, we will sample nationwide. Spread across the country. It's spread across the country by region, so that at least every region will be represented in this survey.
All right, so moving one step from the survey where you see already, now different parts of the country. Let me look at the role where Statistics Salone play now the cash transfer where NACSA they do for sake of the COVID-19 impact again, where World Bank supports them with 4,000 great rule.
Let me just make this clear. In all of this, both the COVID, we get two concurrent programs with the wrong. For example, like something where they call a community identification committee, that's not for the SSN. Now, waiting at the role of that committee, now then they go around, there are people within the community, and they go around and identify households where they feel say poor. Now, they carry that list and give them to NACSA. NACSA they give you that list. What thing will they do now for conduct that proximity test? For just confirm, say, indeed the people are waiting at that list, they're poor or they're not poor, using benchmarks, set questions, and they will ask for proof, say indeed this household owner give you, they're poor or they actually.
So now waiting go wrong now where people begin cry foul and free tongue, especially say then suppose for day, but they're not the day. Waiting go wrong.
Okay, for the COVID emergency cash transfer. Well, quite honestly, as I say, lots of misconceptions with the go round. I'm not able to pinpoint exactly waiting go wrong, but I know say we roll in them. Now been just for because the misconception have been that now we they tell who that they give him or who that they forgive him or who that for this, who that for that, which was not the case. For this COVID, just as we all know, now the informal sector then they target petty traders, bike riders, motor drivers, and all of that. All right, for this COVID emergency cash transfer, and the city council and the respective township then they provide the list. So that pre-listing they cannot be done. What we they do, just as we do for the SSN, not just for make we ask people in question as part of the proxy beans test.
So now do ampan this emergency transfer.
Of course, we they do ampan all two with the run. With the partner, NACSA contract for both the COVID emergency cash transfer and the SSN. In all of that, when I give you the list, there are people away for benefits. All right, that is for benefit. We get a set of questions so they ask. Now, based on your responses to them questioning, now you could determine whether you pass or you fail. We just give the scores. That is all we do. We give the scores to NACSA, and you get anti-corruption with it. They get the monitors with it, with the monitor. We just pass the scores to them, and then take them to the next level for the COVID emergency cash transfer.
Right.
Then they make the immediate payment, based on the scores and whatever they sort out, and they make the payment. That's it. That's all we do.
Continue for the between at the studio, Samuel and Sumana from Statistics Salone. The program Good Morning Salone, they continue. We'll go for a short break.
GhanaSongs.org. They causing confusion.
But this confused me, boo. Look where Uncle Nat in Wall Solid. Look him block them with them beat for him, where they save solid, and at the same amount of cement and sand that they use for bitumen. But look what it happen. Me wall down for them, all the block they all don't scatter. It's like some kind of magic behind this. You want to know the magic behind this? Now the superior quality, extra strong, extra life and extra yield cement where are they use, and that's not Dangote 3X Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement na the highest grade cement in the country. When a 42.5 R grade cement, when no one day come na this country, and a one of the highest grade pan cement where you go get na the wall. Where you want your concrete, wall and block solid, use Dangote 42.5 R cement, you no go regret them. You go get Dangote 42.5 R cement na online shop and building material store na the one whole country.
Call 117 and it's same you begin feel fever.
The coronavirus in a salon now. Na sick, we don't kill plenty people in the world. But if you do what your body will command them, they say make you do. And self report quick. If you fear not say, you get sign or any person near you don't get same sign them, it's possible for let the person well.
The well body work man say for let the signal scatter all sign at the country. If you don't get nothing for go do not get, sit down na os.
Go dey wash your hand fast with soap and water, or you use hand sanitizer, so that the tumbu go die if you don't can your hand.
When you dey waka, let for go dey touch them wall and then railing them, because you no go know that don't touch them.
Not forget, call 117 if you get person wey sick na you host or you community.
And Osiwa support radio democracy for bring this message to you.
Alright, the program Good Morning Salone they continue, and one small one for remind una say today the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Dr. David Mornin Salone, get a Facebook live chat with you where they any partner the world, salon or any side. You get the opportunity for ask any question we get for do with the